like I said, I don't watch that many horror movies, but I've seen enough to know my favorites. My favorite horror movie is King Kong.
King Kong is not horror.
Oh, no. I was on Wikipedia's list of films considered the best. I went to horror movies. 1933 King Kong was on that list.
1933?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And monster movies technically count as horror movies, and you're not. Don't deny it. There were some pretty freaky moments. 1933 original, 2005 remake. You can't go wrong with either, honestly.
All right.
I mean, the visuals are great. The acting is pretty solid. The natives are terrifying. I mean, I really like the film.
Okay, Eric, do you mind telling my non-existent viewers what movie we're watching at your place?
So today we are watching King Kong,
the extended version, and I'm gonna use the clip from like that scene that like the video of my sister and I made way back in 2015 when we did like our best and worst movies of each genre. I picked this as my favorite horror movie. My sister was like, King Kong is not a horror movie, but it's like I still kind of stand by this like being like a sci-fi horror mix. If I were to make that video again, I would actually switch out a different like sci-fi horror like hybrid for King Kong. Which I'll expect a review for that movie coming soon. But anyways.
But I would suggest Prometheus for it.
Yes. Yeah, because...
that ties into Alien and how all that works.
Yeah, and... So, Eric, thanks a lot for having us over at your place, dude. Today's my birthday, and I really wanted to, review a movie that meant a lot to me for this 31 Days of Horror Challenge. This is day 5. So yeah, 5 movies down, 26 more to go until Halloween. And yeah, this is probably my favorite remake of all time. It was the first PG-13 movie I ever watched way back in 2nd grade. And that freaking scene, the bug pit scene with the Carnictus. Oh, spoilers ahead. We're reviewing a classic movie, so you've had 18 years to watch, almost 18 years to watch this. You've been warned. So yeah, like the Carnictus, the giant like slug things that eat Andy Serkis's character, still makes my skin crawl to this day.
And if you don't know what that creature actually is, think of it like the likes from Legend of Zelda, but creepier.
Exactly. With that, and like the bugs, the opening scene where they get the Skull Island with the natives, like going all crazy, and all the dinosaurs, and like people often like crap on this movie for being too long. Like we have the extended version. This thing is 3 hours and 20 minutes, and the theatrical version is 3 hours and 7 minutes. I will admit this, like I love this movie, but it's definitely flawed and it has its issues. Like I would have scrapped the first 15 minutes from the film, just have it start right when Anne meets Carl at the restaurant and they're talking and he convinces her to like come on board the ship with him, because all the characters we're introduced to in the opening 15 minutes, aside from Anne and Carl and Preston, we see none of them for the rest of the movie, except the film producer guys who appear briefly right before, at like the premiere when they capture Kong and display him at New York, before Kong, breaks loose and trashes the whole city.
Oh, hell breaks loose.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this movie has Jack Black as Carl, Naomi Watts as Anne Darrow, Adrian Brody as Jack, Anne's love interest, and Andy Serkis, my man, the king Andy Serkis, playing 2 different characters, Kong himself and Lumpy the Cook. Lumpy the Cook, rest in peace, getting eaten alive by the Carnictus. And Jamie Bell, who you guys might recognize from the Wake Me Up in September Ends music video. Plays Jimmy in this movie, and then there's Mr. Hayes, and whole cast of colorful characters in this film. It's like 2005, this movie won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, which is very fitting because the original 1933 King Kong didn't receive a single Oscar nomination because the Oscar for Best Visual Effects didn't exist in the 30s.
And we all know how those evolved to now.
Oh, yes. CGI. People also like to criticize the movie for being too reliant on CGI, but it's the 2000s. What do you expect?
It's what they had back then. It's what people wanted. So, it's literally supply and demand.
Right, yeah. I know people I can understand why people criticize the movie as harsh as they do for being too long. It's once they get to Skull Island, it becomes such a ride.
Oh, absolutely.
Natives. Extended version of the movie has a Triceratops scene, or should I say a Fructus scene, where they get attacked by a herbivorous dinosaur. Then the Brontosaurus stampede with the raptors. Then also in the extended version, the swamp scene with a giant pteranodon.
Oh, Jesus.
Then the Vestatosaurus, the T-Rex, the T-Rex descendant scene. 3 V-Rexes ganging up on Kong, and the way Kong kills the 3rd and final V-Rex with the tearing his jaws apart. Again, plucked straight from the 1933 original as well. They recreated that scene very excellently. Then, of course, the infamous bug pit scene. Then Jack goes off to rescue Anne from Kong.
Because he's a fucking simp.
Yep, and there's bats and, the giant, flying rodents attacking him, and then they capture Kong, and then they put him up on display in New York, and then, of course, Kong breaks loose. And then when Kong goes up the Empire State Building, the airplanes gun him down eventually, and when Carl says it wasn't the planes, it was Beauty that killed the Beast. Actually, little fun trivia, Peter Jackson was gonna hire Fay Wray, Anne's original actress way back from the 1930s, to say that line to end the movie, but she refused and passed away before the movie was released. Rest in peace, legend, Fay Wray. But yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that when they brought Kong back for the Monsterverse, this will always be my favorite Skull Island, with all due respect to Kong Skull Island. That movie's great too, I have that on DVD as well. But this is the King Kong that we grew up with, and I have a lot of nostalgia for this film. And again, I will admit, I'm aware of its issues. It's a flawed film. Peter Jackson, my man, loves his 3+ hour long movies. That's just the kind of director that he is. But overall, on the old rating scale of 0 to 9, oh, friends calling. 8 out of 9 stars. The video's over. Hey, Hey.
I'm ready.
Oh, sorry?
I said I'm ready. You could come now.
Okay, yeah, we're just do you have anything to say to my subscribers? We're filming a video right now. We'll be heading to your place soon.
Alright. See you soon.
Wait, Rachel, do you have anything to say to my viewers, my non-existent fan base?
Hello.
Good enough. Okay, thank you for watching. Expect more horror movie reviews coming soon. Have a good night.
Like and subscribe.